Good morning and happy Monday. I am Aaron Collier, and I'm with the two best hosts in the whole entire world,
Robbie McIntosh.
And Ashama Rocker.
and we are so very excited to bring you episode 4 this week. Holy crap, guys, episode 4 already. This month has flown by.
Yes, it
Yeah.
has.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either. I mean, like they always say, time flies when you're having fun, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I think we touched on this a little bit last week. It's our weeks are getting quicker and quicker because we just want to get to Friday and record.
Right.
Yeah, this is obviously the day I look forward to because obviously I've been told by my dad that in relation to this, that the older you get, the quicker time flies. Like when you get to be his age, it'll be just like one day, obviously.
Yeah, and I mean, I 100% agree with your dad. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking about my life. I turned 28 this year, and that means I graduated high school 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like it was yesterday, right? And I've been out of high school for 10 years. I mean, that blows my mind.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, guys, listeners, we're so very grateful. We had another great week. This is actually, last week was the best week we've had yet. We had 25 5-star reviews when we recorded last week. We are at 52 5-star reviews. That, do y'all want to say thank you? I mean,
Yeah, I really appreciate all our followers and keep on listening to us, and we here to help.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. I mean, as Aaron said, we weren't expecting this many people. It's very rare for podcasts like this, but just look where we are now and look how our podcast has grown and where it's grown and how it's grown. And I just say thank you for your total, undivided, and overwhelming support you gave us over this past month.
yeah, like we said before, this started as a hobby, and I mean, it's still going to be our favorite hobby, but now y'all really give us something to look forward to each week. I mean, we're getting messages that we're helping people, that Ashama and Robbie are helping people, and guys, that's awesome. Hey, that is awesome. I can't express it enough. I'm super, super happy for you. And I'm going to say this every week, but guys, if you do like this show, give us that 5-star rating, give us that like on YouTube, and give us that 5-star on Apple Podcasts also. That helps us out so much. And yes, y'all are doing that, but there's still a bunch of listeners out there that are listening weekly that have not given us that 5-star yet. So, of course, we got to do our jobs as me as the moderator and us as the host to at least ask for that rating. But guys, seriously, y'all do not understand how much that helps. We are so, so grateful. So thank you so, so much. We had a really, really fun week. We decided last week, we were like, you know what, we're going to do a giveaway on Facebook, and it blew up.
Yes.
I've never seen a post blow up like that. Like my phone was lighting up nonstop, right?
I've never seen people so interested in giveaways and our podcast. Like, we just started.
Well, the thing is, y'all gave away cool stuff. Like,
Exactly.
what'd you give away?
A shirt,
Yeah, a shirt and
some gifts.
you gave away the GameStop gift card, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And Robbie, what'd you give away?
I gave away a Texas Roadhouse gift card.
And you love Texas Roadhouse, right?
Yeah, I've been there many times.
What's your favorite meal there?
Favorite meal? I like their burgers. I like their bread, but mostly their burgers and fries are my most favorite.
Nice, dude. I agree. You know what else they have really good? Chicken tenders. They have really, really good chicken tenders.
Oh, chicken
And
tenders.
their fries, like this, not healthy at all. I try to eat healthy, but when I go there, I don't think about it because I get chicken tenders and cheese and bacon fries. And there's something about their corn too. It's corn, cheese and bacon fries and chicken tenders. Oh my gosh, I'm in heaven. It is fantastic.
The last time I went there, I got steak.
Yeah. Well, Ashama, with you, like you love gaming, so you gave away the GameStop
Yes,
gift card.
I love gaming. So basically, whoever wins, be proud. Once you go to the GameStop, get whatever you want of how much is on that GameStop, and because y'all like games. I love games.
If you walked in GameStop right now, what would you get?
Bro, if I walk in GameStop right now, I probably will get some colorful buttons for my controller.
Nice. There you go. Man, that's fantastic. Well, guys, just talk about the post a little bit too. I've never had anything like that. Like I said, my phone was blowing up. We're at like 900 likes, like over 100 shares, 200 plus comments. Like we had so much fun doing the giveaway. I mean, we can't do it every week, obviously, because we got to come out our pocket, but I think we're going to do it again in the future. Would y'all think so? Y'all think we should do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Because the best part about it, too, we got a lot of people from it. And hey, the more people we find, the more people that find our show.
Yeah.
And then the more people we get to help. And I think that's the coolest thing in the world. So guys, we really, really appreciate y'all. Before we talk or jump into conversation today, do y'all want to talk about your weeks or what you did this past week?
My weeks was good. I went to the doctor's appointment on Wednesday, and everything was good.
Nice. That's always a good thing. Healthy.
Yep.
Healthy.
I was staying healthy.
Nice. What about you, Robbie? Anything fun this week?
Well, aside from all the stuff, my week is always a busy week. I always have stuff to do. But the main thing I wanted to highlight that happened to me this past week, actually, the other day, was I got an interview to be possibly considered to be on Love on the Spectrum. For those of you people out there not know what Love on the Spectrum is, it's, a show where people, with autism find someone to date and eventually end up getting married. So the funny thing was, I applied to be on that show a while ago while they were in the middle of their other season. And when the next season was starting to be planned, they reached out to me and said, we'd like to interview Robbie. And so here I was being interviewed, and hopefully I may or may not be on the show, but they could possibly consider me, although it's not guaranteed.
Yeah, it's not guaranteed, and that's definitely a good mindset to have, but it's so cool they reached back out, because I remember when you asked me, hey, can you help me apply for the show, and I remember we were sitting there in the Walmart parking lot, and we applied, and I thought it was so cool that they reached back out, because, I mean, dude, not everyone does get that reach out, so that's awesome. And just to talk about that interview, it just shows that you guys are interested in relationships. Y'all are interested in possibly one day getting married, right? And with that being said, maybe in the future we can do a relationships podcast episode. I think it'd be cool to talk about something like that. And we actually, just so y'all know, we actually started this podcast, the discussion, kind of based upon the Love on the Spectrum show. We thought it was so cool that Netflix gave those guys a platform to go out there and express themselves on live TV, show that they're just like every other human. We all want to be loved. We all want to have a special somebody. And then with this podcast platform, it's the same thing with y'all. Now y'all have a platform to use your voice and show everybody, like we say before, we're not disabled. We're able to do everything that everyone else is able to do, right?
Right.
I love that. All right. So y'all ready to jump into some questions today?
Sure.
Nice. All right. So the topic today, we're going to be having honest conversations about what it feels like when people make fun of others with disabilities. We're talking why words matter and what we can do to create a kinder world. Okay. Kind of a sensitive subject, right?
Yes.
But sometimes you got to talk about those sensitive subjects because it might help a lot of people, right?
Right.
So we'll jump right into it. And the best thing about this might get a little bit sensitive at times, but we have some fun at the end of the show, as we got a lot of questions for our Q&A, and we cannot wait to dive into those.
Right.
So, all right. You know what, Ashama, I'm going to start off with you today.
Okay.
Because this was the topic that you wanted to discuss. So I'm actually going to start off with you. So the first question, have you ever had someone say something to you that was hurtful?
Yes, I have. And what they said to me, that I wasn't going to be nothing, that I wasn't going to be a nobody. And it really hurt until when I got up into a certain age. But then I prayed to God and He helped me from it. And now look at me now. I'm somebody. I got my own place. I'm a host of on a podcast. So I am somebody.
Yeah,
so
sure.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. First of all, I'm sorry someone said that to you, but there's nothing better than proving the haters wrong, right?
Right.
So you know what? Look at me now.
Exactly.
So, Robbie, what about you? Have you ever had someone say something to you that was hurtful?
So as I've told you before, it's a little hard for me to remember what exactly people said that was mean, that hurt my feelings. But I do remember that I've had cases over the years where I would be yelled at, corrected, and how people did that to me, or how they spoke to me, as I've said before, kind of did, or pretty much did, really hurt my feelings. And it did hurt my feelings for people to do that to me. I guess the one thing I can remember, and Aaron, you were sharing a similar experience. I think I can remember, when you know, when one student, and I thought about this when I was in elementary school, there's a student who wanted his recess time that would push me out of his way and say, "Scram, you know, get out of my way. I want," but somehow, you know, that would, you know, you know, that would make me uncomfortable, hurt my feelings. But to be honest with you, I had one instance where I had a friend of mine hurt my feelings and said to me, "You can't sit here. I want to sit by myself." And it hurt my feelings because why would he say that? I like to sit by people. And it's mean of him. It was mean of him to say that he couldn't sit by me. I don't know what his attitude was or not. But long story short, I mean, I've had lots of times where people offended me. I don't remember many instances like, you know, I remember one day at school, someone called me get an idiot because he was trying to take my backpack away. But other than those things, most of the times when people would hurt my feelings, they would say things that would make me feel uncomfortable, or just offend me by yelling at me, or and doing all those sort of things.
Yeah, dude, that's a good answer, and I'm sorry you went through some of that stuff. And kind of like Ashama said, I guarantee you the people that did say those hurtful things, I bet they're looking at you now, and you know what? They're probably a little bit jealous. They're probably a little bit of jealous of you, right?
Yeah.
Got your own place, you're on a podcast, like, man, you're killing it.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like and you did mention a similar story that I had, and I don't like making this stuff about me, but when I was in, like, I still remember this instance to this day because it's completely scarred me ever since I was a kid. But my first ever day of kindergarten, I remember being so excited to go to school, meet new friends. And I walk in recess this one day and I go up to this kid. I'm like, "Hey, like, my name's Aaron. Can I play with you?" And he looked at me dead in the eyes and he said, "We don't play with fat kids." And I mean, it broke my heart. And I mean, even I feel like my whole entire childhood, like, I grew up like super insecure about my weight because my first ever really social reaction with somebody at school was, "We don't play with fat kids." So then my whole entire life, I'm like, I'm fat. I'm fat. And I mean, even to this day, like, it still scars me a little bit. And obviously I've learned how to cope with it, but I think that it goes well with our topic today because you never know how words can hurt. Like, they carry so much more pain than even physical stuff. Like, I mean, I hurt my arm when I was a kid. I don't remember how that felt. I remember how that word felt though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's probably only every time I'll share a story. I just figured it kind of made sense to share today. All right, second question. Why do you think some people think it's okay to use hurtful words?
Me, I feel like because they're judgmental
Mm-hmm.
and they don't understand what people go through
Mm-hmm.
in life. So they just be judgmental, and that's what I could think of.
Yeah, and
Being judgmental.
I'll just add to that. I think they think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think they think it's cool if they're sitting there bullying someone, but and at the end of the day, it's not cool at all.
No.
And
it's not.
you never know what someone might be going through at home. And sometimes, like, spreading love, like, you can help so much people just spreading love, like just saying hello to somebody, right? And sometimes somebody might need that because they might have some crazy or hard experiences at home, and instead they're bullying them, right? And now you never know, you might push someone to their limits, and it's just not okay. Not okay at all. So, Robbie, I'll ask you the same questions. Why do you think some people think it's okay to use hurtful words?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think that they do that probably for the same reason I've done stuff like that in the past, because either they're angry, they're upset, you know, they have a lot of stuff going on. But you know, there was a time I can remember being in high school where where a student, and he was a frequent bully. I mean, he bullied me, or I'd bully him, but basically he called a student, an eighth grader, and the person told the teacher about it, and he said, just ignore him, you know, pretend, in other words, he said, pretend that they don't exist. And so basically, you know, I think that people can hurt other people's feelings because either they don't know what to do with when they're mad, or they just have a rough life or a hard time going ahead, and or just doing it. And so that's pretty much why they do stuff because they think it's okay to do it when they're mad.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this. I'm telling you guys, and just from experience, and I'm not gonna act like I'm a saint either. Like I've been in places where it's like, you know what, I'm getting bullied. So you know what, I'm gonna go bully someone else. I was younger. My brain wasn't developed like it is now. I wasn't as mature as I was now. So yes, I had those instances myself, and it's always because of jealousy, right? Whenever someone bullies you, it's 100% because they are jealous of you.
Right.
So, good answer from both of y'all. All right, I love this question. Okay. So if somebody right now is hurt because someone else's words, what would you say to them to lift them up?
What I would say to them is, don't let nobody bully you. Like they would say, sticking stones,
Will break my bones.
will break my bones. Words never hurt, but it does hurt. The best thing that you can do is, go to a family member, go to your parents and talk to them about it, and to get their opinion on what they should do. But basically, if you're in the church, you should pray and ask God, because God will always give you the answers, because when nobody can give you the answers, there's only God that he can really give you the answers to what you need and the questions, because he is love. So he will always be there for you. So I would say, if you can't go to your parents or family members and they don't understand, just go to God, because he has the answer for you.
Yeah, amen to that. I love it. Thanks for sharing that story and sharing that experience. And like we said before, guys, if you ever are out there and you're feeling a little bit upset or you're going through something, Ashama and Robbie want to be there for you. So feel free to email us. Feel free to go to our website. Feel free to submit something. And guys, that's why we started this podcast, right? We want to help as many people as possible.
Right.
And yes, we understand the topic today might be a little bit sad and sensitive, but hey, guys, it's probably going to help somebody. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, Robbie, same thing with you. If someone right now is hurt because of someone else's words, what would you say to lift them up?
Well, to stay on the positive side, I would basically, start with something positive, and to quote my senior class secretary, she said, never ever let someone tell you that you can't do something or that you're not good enough to accomplish something. I believe that sticks out, because as you said, you can't stand the word disabled. I can't either, but we all have the ability to accomplish something. We all have the ability to do something. And like she said, this person made a valid point when she said, that should be the case. But I will say this, I was in a church meeting and I was listening to church talk by a church leader, and one of the things he said is, once you say words, they can't be taken back. Words really do matter. So we need to be very careful with what we say and the words we say, because you never know how we can offend other people.
Robbie, fantastic answer. Like, that was beautiful. You're right. We all can do things. I love that. And it's a lot easier to get stuff done when we know that we have a lot of support around us, right? Like, if we're all cheering each other on and happy for each other, and if that's how we view the world, if that's how everyone treated each other, we could probably accomplish so much more things. But the problem is, we have so many bullies and we have so many hateful people, and they try to bring us down. And sometimes that affects our journey, because then we start questioning ourselves and we start questioning things. But imagine how much better it would be if we were like, you know what, Robbie, you got our support. And we just always were very positive and loving to each other. And
Right.
you know what? Doing things like God wants us to, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, perfect. All right, guys, I love this question, and this is how we will finish our topic today. So, Ashama, if the whole world was listening right now, what message would you share about treating people with disabilities?
To treat people with disability, treat them the way that you want to be treated. If you want to be treated with respect, treat other people with respect. Don't treat them any kind of way or any kind of different because you could say you don't have a disability, but they have a disability. We're supposed to treat each other with respect. So that is my answer, is to treat each other with respect. And it doesn't make a difference if we have a disability or not, because we have to do that.
I love what Tim Tebow said during our night to shine. Remember, he said everyone is created uniquely.
Everybody's
God
created. Exactly. God created all of us. So if God can create all of us and we give him the respect, we have to give each other respect also. So basically, yeah, I would agree with him, and everybody else that would say some stuff like that with God, because God created all of us. So if God could accept us for who we are, then y'all could have to accept us for who we are.
Yeah, Ashama, beautifully said. Great job. Robbie, same thing with you. If the whole world was listening right now, what message would you share about treating people with disabilities?
Well, Shama put it very beautifully. I mean, we should, treat others. It's kind of like that golden rule that I'm reminded of, which is do to others as Christ would do unto you, or something. I'd say treat everybody the way they want to be treated. I was watching a video where I think it was a church video where someone did something mean to the sisters, or someone wanted to do something, or I don't know the whole situation, but she was being a bully herself to one of the kids for not letting her do what she wanted to do. And one of the things, she looked at the girl in her eye, this was a girl, by the way, and she said, you need to treat others the way that you want to be treated. And, I thought about that. And it doesn't apply to just any human, it applies to people with disabilities too. I can remember one time, and I was thinking of sharing this, where I was in high school, and I would talk to myself, and my teachers would tell me not to, and I would say, why? And they would say, because people would make fun of you. Well, I don't agree with that statement, because we all do it. I mean, I talk to myself mostly because I have autism, but people would make fun of me because I have autism and my disability that allowed me to talk to myself so much. But I think that's the point, if you treat others the way you want to be treated, and if you treat people nicely, they will treat you nicely. If you treat them badly, they will treat you badly, and all those things. But treat others the way you want to be treated.
Robbie, very beautifully said, man. Very, very beautifully said. And I've seen some experiences firsthand, like even when I was in high school, that people would bully people with disabilities. And I mean, it always broke my heart. And what I will say to those people out there now, if you're in high school and you're listening, or even elementary school, middle school, or even if you're an adult and you might look down on somebody with a disability, these guys have changed my life. I am learning from y'all every single day. And I love y'all more than anything in the whole entire world. So what I'm going to say to people out there that might make fun of people that might be a little bit different, before you look down on them or see them as somebody below you, why don't you actually take the time to get to know them? Why don't you actually take the time to research their disability a little bit? I think some people's first natural reaction to just not understanding somebody is to bully them. And I guarantee you, if you just took the time to get to know that person for the person that they are, I guarantee you, you would not bully them. And I guarantee you they might even change your life a little bit. So that's my advice to everybody. Robbie and Ashama, y'all are amazing. Y'all are fantastic. And thank y'all for talking about this today, because I don't think you realize how many people this is going to help. So
Exactly.
well,
The thing is, by having this topic and just having this podcast completely, because there's somebody out there that doesn't understand their own life by having a disability. So by us doing what we doing, we're here to help. God sent y'all help, and he sent y'all angels. So me and Robbie is y'all angels to understand what you can do in life. So y'all have y'all angels to come down and to talk about disabilities, and it's a good thing that we did this podcast. It could have been done a long time ago, but it's when God said to do a podcast, and we had to put it in the words that he wants us to put it in, but not in our own words, but in our words, but in his help. So
yep, guys, 100%. And really good job, really good answers. Let's do this real quick. Let's take a quick ad break, and then we'll be back, and we'll have some fun with our Q&A. Sound good?
yes,
Yes.
exciting.
Let's do it. What's up, everybody? It's Aaron from Inside Our Minds. If you love gaming like me and Ashama do, you gotta check out Diamond Thief Gaming. He streams nightly with bangers like MLB The Show, Call of Duty, Fortnite, and much, much more. We're all about supporting local streamers here on Inside Our Minds, and this one you do not want to miss. Follow Diamond Thief Gaming on TikTok and Twitch, tap in, and get ready for a fantastic stream. Trust me, Diamond Thief Gaming, now. Welcome back, guys, and thank y'all for making it this far. Now we're gonna have some fun. We had so much fun last week with getting all the questions to our emails and getting all the questions to our new website, and it's hard to pick. It was definitely hard to pick, but we got some good questions here, and guys, we appreciate you submitting. And to the guys that we didn't pick, we're very, very sorry, and we're still going to keep you in contention for next time. But guys, we had over 100 questions, so it was really, really hard to pick the 5 or 6 that we have for today. So with that being said, y'all ready to have some fun and get started?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, this first question is from Shane from Michigan, and it's for both of y'all.
Okay.
All right. How do y'all handle stressful days?
I handle my stressful days is to have peace, to relax. Yoga.
Yeah.
Do yoga. Yoga will really relax you for your stress and praise and worship or whatever you love to do. I'm a gamer, so basically I like yoga and playing the game, and it really relaxes me.
Nice, good answer. I didn't know you did yoga. My wife told me I need to start stretching.
Yeah.
And my legs be so restless.
I started yoga when I was at day support, and I really loved the yoga. So I do yoga at home.
Well, I tried to stretch my legs like I used to be able to when I was in high school, and I can only get halfway. So maybe I should start doing yoga.
Yeah.
Robbie, what about you? How do you handle stressful days?
Well, I handle stress in many different ways, but one of the times I may feel stressed is when, certain changes come up. And if that's the case, one of the things, like, for example, if my dad were to get a new assignment and I was jealous that I had less opportunities than I had in the past to see him in that assignment, I said this to myself when I found out about this is, and this is my answer to your question is, I just listen. I do whatever it is I can to cope. Listen to my recordings is one option. So I listen to music. I listen to recordings that I made during that time, and that can help lessen my sadness a little bit. That those recordings will always be there, and that's what I use to cope with my sadness or when I feel stressed about certain things.
Hey, great answer from you both, and I can relate to both of those also. Robbie, I'll touch on one thing you said there. So my question for you is, so you said your dad had a different assignment, and that kind of made you upset. So would you say like part of your autism is you like routine, like you like things to stay the same, so like change is hard?
Yeah. Well, some change can be good, but some part of me says in some cases this change is not good, but I knew it was a good change. But I do like change to be things to be stay the same most of the time. But I just part of my autism is just I was as I was saying earlier, it's like I did whatever I could to calm down and not cry about it, but sometimes it's hard to show it without crying and getting emotional sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. So it sounds like you like stuff to stay the same, however you understand why things have to change sometimes. Yeah, good answer. Ashama, back to you. All right, this is from Lexi from Michigan.
Okay.
This is for both of y'all. What's your favorite shows or movies?
My favorite shows is Pound Puppies.
Pound Puppies?
Pound
Puppies. Okay.
Pound Puppies. That's the show. Movies is Tyler Perry movies.
Mm-hmm.
I just finished watching one, Joe Road Trip.
Nice.
Poetic Justice, Black Panther, 1 and 2. I got a lot of good.
Yeah, now Medea movies are the best.
Yes.
How was the college road trip one?
It was funny.
Nice.
It was very funny.
I'm gonna have to watch that. I might watch that this weekend.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. So yeah.
Robbie, what about you? What are your favorite shows or movies?
Yeah, and so this question really, makes me want to do a little bit of time traveling, but to be honest with you, I'll start. So when I was a little boy, like I don't really watch as much TV as I've done in the past, but I'd say that my favorite TV shows when I was younger were Barney, Teletubbies, and all those sort of things. Basically, the shows I watched as a kid. But to stay on point here, I would say that one of my favorite shows to watch on TV is Reading Rainbow, because I was really sad when it went off the air, yet devastated. But it was a good show, and I think you may have asked about movies. I'd say I like Back to the Future because I like seeing the past and looking back sometimes and looking forward at the same time. But basically, looking back, it's just I like to go back in time and see how things used to be, and so I'd say that's my answer.
Yeah, dude, that's a really cool answer, and I'm the same way. Like I definitely reminisce sometimes. Like sometimes I might throw on a song from 2010 in the car, and I might go back and be like, holy crap, I'm 13 years old again. Like the song brings you back memories of that time, and it's really, really cool. Or even playing like an old video game from that time, like it brings you back to that time. And you just reminisce. So
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah, and I will say too that, I often have the sense that one of the times I would like to revisit is the 80s, because that's when one of my favorite radio stations here in Richmond went on the air, was the late 80s, and the 80s would be a definitely good decade for me to go back and revisit.
Yeah, that would be very, very cool. All right, next question, Thomas, and this is a guy that's actually local. So his question: what's something you guys are proud of achieving? So what's your favorite achievement?
My favorite achievement is living on my own, having my own space, to be able to cook, clean, be a parent, and also be a pet parent.
Yep.
So
Nice. And
yeah.
we'll talk about it a little before. And you don't just cook, like you cook complex stuff. Like it's not throwing meals in the microwave. Like you're cooking.
Yeah.
You're cooking. What are you cooking?
On the stove, like on this past Monday, I did cabbage soup.
Cabbage soup.
Yeah, I do fried chicken, homemade buffalo wings, just a lot of things.
And I'll step in too. You even cook food for your dog, don't you?
Yeah, so I do her ground turkey and brown rice. So and then if I have the mixed vegetable, I'll put that mixed vegetable.
Sounds like Piper's pretty daggone spoiled.
Yeah.
Because I could go for some ground turkey and rice.
Yeah.
Nice. Robbie, what about you? What's something you're proud of achieving?
Well, there are a lot of things in my life that I'm proud of achieving, and I think my mom showed me this brought this to my attention when she was cleaning. When I was in elementary school, I got a perfect attendance award. That's one thing. But the other thing too is that I'd say I graduated with straight A's, got all A's and A pluses. But the main thing I'm the more proud of is, I know you frequently say this to me, how my apartment looks, because I often say that whenever I get my chores done at the time that I want, I just say, whew, and it's on a Thursday, I just say, I get to relax, I get to enjoy the rest of my weekend, and get ready for work on a Thursday. But I'd say, the most important thing I'm proud of the most is keeping my apartment clean and making it look spotless.
Hey, great answer. And it's hard. I know Ashama's the pro cleaner, but I think it's hard for us guys to keep some stuff clean. Like I'll even admit I have trouble with it at home too. And I will say it's even the last few weeks ever since we started this podcast, your apartment has been spotless. All right, next question. This is Brandon from Kansas City.
Yes.
So Brandon asked, Robbie, did you ever hit a 3-pointer when playing basketball?
Well, that would be a little hard to remember, but I would say yes, because there was one time when I've shot a basket that I felt good about myself because I heard people cheering for me, and I said earlier episodes that, one person even came up to me when she was cheering and she said, "Great job," and my mom was proud of me. So I would say that when I heard a lot of cheering when I shot a basket, that's when I made that far of a basket, is when people started cheering and became so proud of me. So I'd say yes, I have.
Dude, that's awesome. Ashama, this question's for you. And so it says, we heard Robbie's favorite basketball moment. What's yours?
When I did basketball for Special Olympics last year, and I was half court, we couldn't shoot that far. We had to kind of get up to the basketball court and try to shoot it, because by us being half court. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. And did you have any like cool memories of you making a basket? The crowd going crazy?
I've been making a basket on our last day. We made a basket and we played against older people and we won.
Nice. There you go. And I know you'd be putting the work in too. You go to the gym and play basketball.
Yeah, I go to the gym and I play basketball, and I also play basketball on my Xbox. So basically, it's ways of me playing.
Yeah,
basketball.
nice. There you go. Dude, that's awesome. All right, next question is from our resident, Jose. So, Jose, hey, let's shout out Jose real quick. Hi, Jose.
What's good, Jose?
Hello, Jose.
And Jose's question for y'all was, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself married, having a mansion, having a limousine, and having more than one dogs.
A mansion, a limousine. Can I come over?
Heck yeah.
Let's go. That sounds awesome.
Yes.
Nice. So that's that's awesome. You say you see yourself in a mansion, a limousine, lots of dogs. That sounds like a dream life. Is it around here or is it somewhere else? Like where's your dream place to be?
So it's gonna be here in Virginia.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure if I wanted to be in the country or in the city. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think there's positives to both.
Yeah.
Positives to both. I think being in the city, it's like, okay, I can go be social, or being in the country, it's like, all right, now I got my peace and quiet.
Yeah. And then I got a gate and I had to put the dog on a leash for them to go outside.
Yeah, no, for sure. So. Robbie, question from Jose: where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, that's kind of a trick question because we all can't predict the future. At least I can't predict the future. But to answer your question, Jose, I'll tell you this: I have an uncertain future, but my future kind of looks like, and I think of this the older I get. Every day I ask myself, what decisions about my life should I make? What decisions are headed for me? So I'd say, if it is possible, if I find the right person, I will possibly get married and maybe have some children so that my mom can have some grandchildren. And even though I don't have children when I'm married, she'll still have grandchildren anyway, because it's possible that my sister will get married, so will my 2 brothers. So that's an answer to your question, is possibly marriage, among other things.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great answer, Robbie. And you said that our futures are uncertain. Yes, they are uncertain. However, we can dream as much as we want, and we can sit here and we can think, you know what, in 5 years, I want to be doing this. So if you want to be doing something in 5 years, then you know what you can do? You can set a goal, and you can look around that goal and be like, all right, how do I achieve this in 5 years? Almost like a 5-year plan,
Yeah. And I was thinking to myself earlier, when I was in high school, my teacher, had to fill out because my senior class president mentioned this around the same year, making a bucket list, but he would give us a sheet saying, what are you going to do today? Basically writing down our goals. What are you going to do today? What are you going to do tomorrow? What are you going to do someday or 5 years from now? And my answer for that would always be not basically serve mission. I already did that, but get married, have kids, and have children. And that was my answer.
Nice. Well, there you go. All right, guys, this is the last 2 questions, and they're both from an anonymous submission. Robbie, I'll start with you. It says, Robbie, I remember you said you enjoyed playing the piano. What is your favorite song to play?
That's a good question. I'm starting to have I'll have a lot of favorite songs as I learn going forward, but I'd say one of my favorite songs to play is the one I can play very well that my mom showed me how to play, which is a Christmas song. It's called Jolly Old St. Nicholas. That one is my favorite song to play.
Nice. There you go. And good for you, because I tried learning how to play the piano. I am terrible at it. So you're definitely blessed with that ability, because there is one song I could play. It's like 10 seconds of it. Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I only got to deal with like a certain part of the piano, and it's like a few buttons, and I think I can play that a little bit, but it's only like the first 10 seconds of the song. But yeah, I definitely look up to you in that standpoint, because I can't play the piano at all.
Yeah, and I can play Jingle Bells too, but that has been a little bit complicated, but I played it before, even after Christmas.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking about this too, and let's get into our next question for Ashama, and then I'll talk about kind of what I was thinking. So Ashama, I know you said it says, Ashama, I know you said you were a rapper. Can you give us a little something something?
Sure, I could give y'all a little something. My name is APR for life. Here I go once again. I'm trusting in God. Never want to give up on him. He is the one. He's my King of King, Lord of Lord. I can never want to forgive him. Hey, give it up for the God. He is my Lord and Savior. I never give up on him. Everybody want to do the same thing. Never give up on God, because I love him so deeply.
Let's go. That was awesome. That was freaking awesome. Oh man, dude, that gave me chills. That fired me up. Let's go. Oh, and dude, that's a perfect intro to what I wanted to say too. So you got a great piano guy right here, and you got a great rapper right here. You know what that sounds like?
What?
Y'all can make a song. Y'all can make a song together. You got a musical instrument, plus you got the voice. Yeah, how cool would that be?
That'd be amazing.
Very, very, very cool. So, all right, well, guys, that wraps up our Q&A, and that was a lot of fun today. Would y'all agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was exciting.
It was very exciting. I truly loved it, enjoyed it.
Yeah. Any closing statements before we wrap up?
My closing statement is, if nobody doesn't listen to y'all, in your family, do email us or send us, anything that you want to ask us, and we will be glad to answer it for you. And we are here to listen. We're not here to bring nobody down. We're here to bring people up. So my closing statement is, if you're going through something, come to us, and we will be able to answer your questions or how we get through stuff. And that's all that I wanted to say.
Beautifully said. Robbie, what about you? Any closing statements?
I just say, if you have questions or comments, because there are a lot of people we didn't get to, but if you have questions or comments about what you heard today on our podcast, send us an email, text message, etc., and I'm sure we will get back to you as soon as we can. But yeah, feel free to send us a message if you like what you heard, or if you have questions or comments about what you heard on today's episode.
Yeah, and just this past week, we had 50 5-star reviews, so we went ahead and launched our website. It's really easy to contact us through that website. If you go to InsideOurMindsPod.com, you can go right to submit a question. And even though it says submit a question, you don't need to actually submit a question. I mean, there's a whole space in there. You can type out, hey, Ashama, hey, Robbie, I'm so-and-so. I just kind of want to reach in and say hi. Or if you're going through something, you can explain it to us, and guys, we'll get right back to you. So. And guys, the other thing too, like just besides the question, so our website, it also has an apply to be a guest section. And we had so much fun with Heather last week. We want to welcome guests on our show. I mean, whenever, right? So if you want to be a guest on our show, go ahead and submit an application right through our website. It's nice and easy. And the reason I'm saying that, Ashama, you had an incident this week where someone asked to be a guest, right?
Yes.
Walk us through that story.
So, on the way to my appointment this morning, my driver, me and my driver was talking. I told him about Inside Our Minds, and I was telling him what our podcast was about. And he said that he might want to be our guest. He followed he subscribed to our channel on YouTube. I put it in for him. And so he said that he wants to be a guest on our show. So we are looking for guests.
Hey, so I'll actually read you the quote. So when you click on become a guest on our website, I'll read you the quote. And I think it's a really cool quote. It says, "We're not just hosting guests, we're giving you a platform to share your wisdom, your story, and your impact."
Yeah.
That's really, really good, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
And I mean, that's what we're doing. I mean, that's why we started this, right? So if we can have more voices come on here to help more people, fantastic. So I think this website's going to open the gates for a lot of things, right? You go on the website, you got access to all of our episodes wherever they're launched. You got the Q&A. You have a meet your host section that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then you have a apply to become a guest. So guys, if you haven't already, check out our website, InsideOurMindsPod.com. Again, it's InsideOurMindsPod.com. I had a lot of fun today, and if you love what you're listening to so far, guys, give us that 5-star rating. It helps so much. We are so, so, so grateful for all the listeners and everything y'all have done. So 5 stars on Spotify, we'd be so grateful. 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, so, so grateful. Even just a like on YouTube. Thank y'all so, so much. And that, I think, wraps us up for the day, right?
Yes, it does.
All right. So with all of us at Inside Our Minds, we hope you
have a great week.
Have a great week.
Inside our minds, we will shine. They say we can't, we don't care. We write our own headline. Inside our minds, we will shine. We're goal set, goal get, and we always stay kind. Inside our minds, inside our minds, inside our minds. Welcome inside our minds.